Hello guys, welcome to this episode. It's your go-to code guy Wisdom, and in this episode we are going to be seeing how to print out empty lines. So we're going to work with some empty lines. So it's a trick in Python programming language. So we're going to learn how to print on empty lines. Remember in the last episode we are working with lines. That is how to print on one line and then print on the next line. Okay. So if you've not seen that episode, I encourage you to do that. If you're watching on TikTok, I've been able to create a catalog. So if you're on my profile, you hit on the collections tab, I guess, and then you see I've created a catalog on the topic strings under Python programming language. Then if you're seeing this from YouTube, I've created a playlist out there. So on this playlist, I've got strings. I've been talking about strings, and I've created a playlist for this and strings under Python programming language. So you do yourself some good to head over there and check it out. So for this episode, we're going to do some trick with um, Python programming language on how to print on empty lines. Okay, remember this is PyDroid 3. PyDroid 3 is a mobile application. Okay, it helps us to code in Python programming language. Okay, and this interface you have displaying on your screen is known as the interpreter interface. Okay, then we've seen an editor interface in some videos, previous videos, and we know what it looks like. So it's quite different from this. So this is an interpreter interface. Okay, if you wanted to print empty lines, like a couple of them or three empty lines, okay, you remember from previous conversations, interactions, we learned that this actually helps us to work with a new line, this method here, a backlash and then an n. It means whatever that comes after this should be printed out on a new line. So we wanted to print out three new lines that are empty. Okay, we just do that by opening parentheses, your print, you open your parentheses, open your quote, single quote, and then you close your single quote on this, and then you use the multiplication character. You remember this from one of our episodes, and then you see 3 times. So you close your parentheses. So what you're trying to tell Python is, Python, you print out new lines. Okay, for me, 3 times. That is to say, print in parentheses, right? The method, new line method, the backlash and an n in quotes, multiply by 3. So take note of this, study this carefully so that you won't miss a thing. So in order to see the resultant output of this, you remember we use the enter button. The enter button is noted by this called the arrow button just beneath your keyboard, okay, your mobile device keyboard. Okay, so when we hit on this, we see what it produces. So let's hit on this. So hitting on this, you see, if you're familiar, of course you should be familiar with the interpreter interface. You know, whenever something gets printed out, it doesn't give this so much distance from what is being imputed. So that's to tell you that Python has actually left 3 lines, okay, within these spaces here. So that's how Python gets to do that. You can play around with this. You can do 9, you can do 4. Remember, the more you play around with this, the better you get at this. Okay, so if you want these things to stick, you have to continue playing and practicing with it. So it's actually cool. We've been dealing on Python for quite some time, strings rather, for quite some time now. So I'm about to announce to you guys that in 4 or 5 episodes, we'll be looking at something new, but I just wanted us to get a comprehensive understanding on this topic, string. So that's it for this episode, guys. I don't think I've missed out anything, but if I have, I'll be in the comment section or the description. Bye for now, guys.